The Force is with you. This is Darth Vader Unlimited, inviting you to the first installment of Snap Hiss, my first series dedicated to things that are not directly related to Star Wars. This is my take on pop culture. Last week, one of the largest events in pop culture history, the Super Bowl, was played between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. It was a spectacle, to be sure. But I must say, the first half of the game was mid. I think that's fair to say. It was not very exciting. There were lots of turnovers by the Kansas City Chiefs, and the 49ers really did not capitalize on their poor performance. All season long, Patrick Mahomes has seemingly been throwing passes out there to Venus de Milo and Count Dooku after his hands were removed by Anakin Skywalker. When I saw the Chiefs dropping passes, I thought to myself, the Chiefs are who I thought they were. A large groundswell of individuals have assumed that there is a conspiracy to allow the Kansas City Chiefs to attain victory. They've loathed all the footage that Taylor Swift has been getting at these Kansas City games. And they're saying the NFL scripted the Super Bowl so that the Chiefs would win, just to maximize the exposure of Taylor Swift. Now, Taylor Swift, she reminds me of a girl that I once slew. Excuse me. Speaking of that song, the halftime performance by Usher Raymond was quite a thrilling spectacle in and of itself. I don't know if it's the most memorable performance in Super Bowl history, but it had a lot of energy. Even though my girl, Alicia Keys, in her red outfit with that dramatically CGI veil, or real one, I don't know, and the devilish piano she came out on, her notes were as sour as Cy Snoodles' snout. The notes would have been better hit if Annie Arbogast, who portrayed Cy Snoodles in Return of the Jedi, just did an actual duet with Max Rebo, singing Laptinek, the original song that they played in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. Nevertheless, it was great to see them perform their hit collaboration, My Boo, live. Back to the game. Harrison Butker, and I think it's comical that the syllable "but" is in the name of a kicker. Get it? Kick, but, get it? He made a 57-yard field goal and was successful. I said to the people I was watching the game with, if the game ended in regulation, Harrison Butker should be the MVP, because that 57-yard field goal changed the momentum in Kansas City's favor. Nevertheless, the game went into overtime. Brock Purdy, quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, failed. He failed to capitalize and to score a touchdown in overtime. Instead, they kicked a field goal, which gave the Kansas City Chiefs one opportunity to score. Patrick Mahomes, he took the Kansas City Chiefs down the field in a 2-minute drill reminiscent of Tom Brady. I say that Patrick Mahomes lulled the San Francisco 49ers defense into a false sense of security by not leaving the pocket in the first half of the game. If you notice, he never crossed the line of scrimmage in the first half, choosing instead to be sacked. And he got an intentional grounding call by hurling the ball with both hands at one point and chucking it out of bounds. But in crunch time, Patrick Mahomes proved that he's one of the greatest quarterbacks ever by doing precisely that. Taking advantage of the defense's lapses and tucking the ball securely, putting his helmet down, and running. Most of that 2-minute drill was him making short passes and him running and catching the defense with their trousers down. And then, of course, Patrick Mahomes with a last-second pass made the Kansas City Chiefs the winners, the victors, of Super Bowl 58 with a final score of 25-22. I will say this: Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls in 6 seasons. Let that sink in. This is his 3rd Super Bowl victory in 6 seasons. He has been to the AFC Championship game all 6 seasons that he's been in the NFL. Rightfully so, Patrick Mahomes has now elevated, in my mind, to one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL. I will stand on that because of his performance in doing what was necessary to seize victory. Patrick Mahomes, I don't have an MVP trophy to give you, but I will say this: your skills are complete. Super Bowl 58 may be in the books, but Snap Hiss has only just begun. This will be a day long remembered. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy.